There's a huge storm brewing over a new app and a directive issued by the Government of India to smartphone manufacturers, one that critics say amounts to surveillance by the government and a dangerous and unprecedented invasion of citizens' privacy on a mind-boggling scale. Before the story went viral on the social media, triggering a massive backlash, the government confidentially ordered companies including Apple, Samsung and Xiaomi to preload their phones within a period of 90 days with an app called Sanchar Saathi, a term that means communication partner. The government says the app is intended to track stolen phones, block them and prevent them from being misused, and to check cyber fraud. But here is what is problematic according to privacy advocates. The government wants manufacturers to ensure that the app cannot be disabled. And for devices already in the supply chain, that is old phones already in use, the government says manufacturers should push the app via software updates. While the Telecom Ministry claims the move is a security measure to combat serious endangerment of cybersecurity, privacy advocates argue it is a way for the government to gain access to 730 million smartphones in India. Significantly, news agency Reuters has reported that Apple does not plan to comply with this government mandate and will convey its concerns to New Delhi. The Reuters report says Apple will tell the Indian government it does not follow such mandates anywhere in the world as they raise a host of privacy and security issues for the company's iOS ecosystem. One Apple source has been quoted as saying, "It's not only like taking a sledgehammer, this is like a double-barrel gun." Another Apple source told Reuters, Apple does not plan to go to court or take a public stand, but it will tell the government it cannot follow the order because of security vulnerabilities. Apple can't do this, period. It is believed the government moved forward with the order without any industry consultation. While Apple tightly controls its App Store and proprietary iOS software, Google's Android is open-sourced, allowing manufacturers like Samsung and Xiaomi greater leeway to modify their software. Critics have compared the Sanchar Saathi app to the Pegasus spyware program, which had triggered a political storm in India in 2022 after a report alleged that it was used to target the government's political opponents. Developed by the Israeli firm NSO Group, Pegasus is designed to secretly infiltrate mobile devices and monitor their activity. The opposition is up in arms against this order. Congress Member of Parliament Priyanka Gandhi has called the Sanchar Saathi app a snooping tool and Pegasus 2.0. Senior Congress leader K.C. Venugopal has said the move is beyond unconstitutional. Big Brother cannot watch us. The right to privacy is an intrinsic part of the fundamental right to life and liberty enshrined in Article 21 of the Constitution. A preloaded government app that cannot be uninstalled is a dystopian tool to monitor every Indian. It's a means to watch over every movement, interaction and decision of each citizen. We reject this direction and demand an immediate rollback, he said. Shiv Sena MP Priyanka Chaturvedi has said the move is nothing but another big boss surveillance moment. Such shady ways to get into individual phones will be protested and opposed. The IT ministry thinks that instead of creating robust redressal systems, it can create surveillance systems, then it should be ready for a pushback, she argued. Congress MP Karti Chidambaram said this has been done in Russia and North Korea. They want to snoop on our private photos and videos. Following the massive outcry, Union Communications Minister Jyotiraditya Scindia issued a clarification today. He claimed the app is not mandatory and you can delete it if you don't want to use it. Praising the Sanchar Saathi app, Scindia said it has done a yeoman service in recovering lakhs of lost phones. He then added, if you don't want to use Sanchar Saathi, you delete it. It's not mandatory. Don't register if you don't want to use it. But not every person knows there is an app to protect him or her from fraud, so it's our responsibility to spread the information. When you buy a phone, many apps come pre-installed. Google Maps comes too. If you don't want to use Google Maps, delete it, the minister argued. However, here lies the problem. The minister's statement contradicts the government's written directive to smartphone manufacturers. According to this notification, the app is in fact mandatory and cannot be disabled, thereby giving users no choice in the matter. and this notification has not been withdrawn, leading many to ask, who do we believe, the government's written order or the minister's verbal statement? Tech expert and privacy advocate Nikhil Pava has strongly criticized the government's mandate, calling it an unprecedented invasion of privacy that turns a lost phone tracker into a potential government surveillance tool. He warns that once the state gains irreversible access to the operating system layer, it opens the door to further forced apps, digital IDs, VPN blockers or message monitoring tools without public consultation or accountability, especially since the government has exempted itself from key provisions of the new data protection law. Pava has likened this to authoritarian practices in Russia. Many also argue that there is a strong case for this government order to be challenged in the Supreme Court and that the Apex Court is likely to strike it down as illegal and unconstitutional on grounds of invasion of citizens' privacy. The question is, will the Sanchar Saathi app serve as a tool for cyber protection or snooping? Will the government address the serious privacy concerns that have been flagged and allegations that its latest move is an Orwellian mechanism designed to be used for surveillance of citizens? And what options do smartphone manufacturers and citizens have in this case?
इसके आधार पर ना कोई स्नूपिंग है, ना कोई कॉल मॉनिटरिंग है। अगर आप चाहते हो तो इसको आप एक्टिवेट करो, अगर आप नहीं चाहते तो इसे एक्टिवेट मत करो। सुनिए ना, अगर आप इसको अपने फोन पे रखना चाहते हो तो रखो, अगर आप इसको डिलीट करना चाहते हो तो डिलीट करो। जिस तरीके से, उदाहरण के तौर पे, आपके फोन पे जब आप फोन खरीदते हो तो उस पे कई ऐप्स आ जाती हैं, जैसे गूगल मैप्स भी आ जाता है। अब आपको गूगल मैप इस्तेमाल नहीं करना है तो आप डिलीट कर लो, अगर आपको संचार साथी इस्तेमाल नहीं करना है तो डिलीट कर दो।
इसका मतलब ये ऑप्शनल है सर।
ऑब्वियसली डिलीट कर सकते हो आप, कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं है। तो बात का बतंगड़, एक मिनट, वही तो हर भ्रम को मैं तोड़ने की कोशिश कर रहा हूं। ये कस्टमर प्रोटेक्शन की बात है और हर भ्रम को मैं तोड़ने की कोशिश कर रहा हूं। आपको डिलीट करना है तो आप डिलीट कर दोगे, आप, कोई मैंडेटरी नहीं है। आप अगर रजिस्टर नहीं करना चाहते हो, मतलब कि उदाहरण के तौर पे इस ऐप का उपयोग नहीं करना चाहते हो तो रजिस्टर मत करो, वो डोरमेंट रहेगा। डिलीट करना है तो डिलीट कर लो। पर क्या हो, एक मिनट, पर हर व्यक्ति को देश में नहीं मालूम कि मुझे फ्रॉड से प्रोटेक्ट करने के लिए, मुझे चोरी से प्रोटेक्ट करने के लिए ये ऐप है। तो हर व्यक्ति तक ये ऐप पहुंचाना हमारी जिम्मेदारी है। अगर आपको डिलीट करना है तो डिलीट कर दो, नहीं इस्तेमाल करना है तो रजिस्टर मत करो। जब आप रजिस्टर करोगे तभी तो एक्टिव होगा, रजिस्टर नहीं करोगे तो इनएक्टिव होगा।
इसका मतलब संचार साथी ऐप हम डिलीट कर सकते हैं अपने फोन में?
बिल्कुल डिलीट कर सकते हो आप।
सिर्फ इनबिल्ट ऑप्शन है, उसे आप डिलीट कर।
आप उसको जिस तरीके से अपने फोन पे दूसरे ऐप को दबाओगे और कहोगे डिलीट, वैसे इसको भी दबा सकते हो और कह सकते हो डिलीट। एक साल में 2024 में अकेले हमारे देश के अंदर 22,800 करोड़ रुपए के फ्रॉड हुए हैं। तो एक तरफ विपक्ष चिल्ला रहा है कि आप फ्रॉड कैसे रोकेंगे, दूसरी तरफ अगर संचार साथी का ऐप हमने आम नागरिक को दे दिया तो कह रहे हैं पेगासस। तो करो तो मरो, न करो तो मरो। तो जो लोग सत्य नहीं देखना चाहते हैं उन लोगों को हम सत्य नहीं दिखा सकते। जो लोग सुविधा इस्तेमाल करना चाहते हैं वो करें, जो नहीं करना चाहते हैं और डिलीट करना चाहते हैं वो डिलीट करें। प्रॉब्लम क्या है? थैंक यू।
else do they want to, I mean, citizens have their right to privacy. Even all of you must be having a right to privacy to send your own messages to family, friends without the government looking at everything.
Is the government...
It's not just one thing. It's not just snooping on the telephones. It's overall. They are turning this country into a dictatorship in every form. You ask me every day why Parliament is not functioning. It's not functioning because they are refusing to talk about anything. So it's very easy to blame the opposition, but the fact is they are not allowing any discussion on anything.
I have not studied the issue in full detail, but common sense tells me that these apps can be useful provided they are voluntary. Everybody who needs them should be able to download them. Making anything compulsory in a democracy is troubling. but I need to look a little more as to what the logic is of the government. In fact, the government should explain all this to the public instead of just passing an order that the media reports. I think we need to have a discussion where the government explains what is their thinking. For me, I think an app that actually helps us to locate our phones or whatever, all of that is not a bad idea, provided it is voluntary. So if I feel the need for something, I can download that app. If I don't feel the need for it, I shouldn't have to download it. That's true for all of us. It's common sense. Why it is being made compulsory, that the government has to explain.